To do this.
I'm
Yeah, I can
just
talk about it.
I'm
I'll
just
talk
going
about
I'm
it
just
in
going live
sounds.
before I get too mad. It's hold on.
I'll open with guys. This is
God.
ugly.
Okay,
Start
we're
talking about
live.
how art was and
We're
how this
we're
is art.
we're
We're
fucking
fucking live.
live.
We're fucking
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Uh Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Uh
I got Jeff mad because I started talking about how heavy music is the postmodernism movement in music, and he was like, "I thought it wasn't that," and I'm like, "No, it's that."
no, it's just I completely disavow all things postmodernism. Don't you call my heavy music that.
But it's art. I was talking about it as art, and he thought of it as politics.
It doesn't mean it's good
And
art.
but you enjoy it, am I right?
It's a virus of a philosophy. It can be a virus of an art movement. Okay.
It's art. So, guys, I'm
It's
Winona.
art.
That's Jeff. We're both co-owners of the same website. And
Hello.
if you're here, then you know who we are.
Yeah. Let me see if guys, let us know in the chat if our levels are doing okay. I was seeing some weirdness earlier.
Yeah,
I think I'm
walking.
okay now.
I'm actually out here in the elements.
Yeah, so tonight's topic is going to be heavy music and visual kei. Basically, it's kind of obvious from the title and everything, but I mean, it's been pretty noticeable how much heavy music has come into the visual kei scene recently. We kind of wanted to do a quick recap of it as of 2018. And maybe just see what everyone thinks of it, see what, see how much, longer we expect this to last, see where we expect things to go from here, cover some of the bands that either dabble with it or full on embrace like alternative metal, metalcore, any other core. Yeah, but before we dive in, real quick, a couple of announcements. So on the last stream that we did, which was the listening party for the Gazette's ninth album, I had said that we were going to be having a ranking releases stream for the Gazette. We decided to push it back to Wednesday to give people more time to kind of digest ninth and vote and things like that. For those of you who don't know, we started a series. We started it with LMC where we rank basically we have the fans vote and rank the albums of a big substantial band like LMC or now the Gazette. So we're going to be having you guys rank there. We have a cool little survey where you can drag and drop the album titles and rank it and rank all the albums, but we decided to push it back to Wednesday to give people more time to kind of think through it, since ninth kind of threw everybody for a loop, is the general reaction I'm getting.
Bro, fucking ninth, okay?
Yeah, in a good way, it's just but I'm personally not even in the headspace of ready to be able to rank this compared to other albums. So
no, it's a whole other thing. They came out of nowhere with this.
Yeah, and then the other thing is my review for Ninth by the Gazette is going to be up before then. I'm not entirely sure when. I was trying to get it out a couple nights ago, and literally after I announced that I wanted to do that and ended the stream, my body was like, "Bitch, you thought," and then completely collapsed on me due to sleep deprivation.
The stream before last.
Yeah, I was
halfway through the J-Rock State of the Union.
Yeah, so. Yeah, basically. But yeah, so with all that out of the way, if you guys would like to support VKH, we are, for those of you who are new, we are a J-Rock and Visual Kei music news website. Check out vkh-press.com, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you want to support us, you like what you see on the stream, feel free to check out the link in the description. You can super chat us through Streamlabs, and we have gift support enabled now, so you can send us a message and help support our volunteer-run site at the same time, and it'll show up in the bottom right corner under super chats with the gift that you select. We will be adding our own cool little gifts and stuff like that. All right, enough announcements, enough shilling. We can jump right into it. First things first, Winona, since it's been a little while since I had you on the stream, I wanted to like hopefully get a little bit of a monologue from you about your thoughts on all this heavy music in v-kei. Just the general trend and what you think of so many bands trying heavy music and, you know, from major to indie, and yeah, just your general thoughts on it.
So as a chick that's into heavy music, I'm digging it, but at the same time, it gets hard because heavy music became vogue like last year, the year before last. As soon as the Gazette's Dogma came out, we started seeing more and more bands go heavy exponentially. So, and then they all, either they know what they're doing because they had been going heavy, or it was messy because it's the first time they're testing those waters and it doesn't sound right and the production is really muddy or something like that. And as they figure it out, they start to copy each other and replicate sounds that have obviously worked in the past, but like someone like me and Jeff, people like me and Jeff who've listened to this music forever and like tear it apart on the daily would notice things like that, whereas newer fans probably wouldn't notice it and just immediately think, that sounds awesome. And then these bands build up more fans, think that they sound awesome when we're like, it's unoriginal. And then when you get the one band that sounds original, no one is able to pick up on them because there's so many bands that are copying other bands. So I think that's like one of the main vices, that the bands that are the most original tend to get buried. But then there are the bands that are super original that get picked up, like Deviloof. Like, we came across them super early on and they've been doing great. But then it also gives bands who sound super poppy like Viva Rush to really stand out, you know? Like, that's so opposite of what's so popular today, that they're able to really change the game in their own way. But I think the biggest problem is that we see so many bands copying each other that it's kind of hard. And we also see bands that are just struggling to really find their own way in the sound, because heavy music, it's kind of easy to get lost in the noise, quite literally. And you gotta find a way to make all those guitars, even though they sound the same, sound different, you know, and the bass and the drums. So it's just those little nuanced things. I think that's some of the main problems. But otherwise, I'm all for it as long as it doesn't sound like crap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've definitely been enjoying it, but I didn't. Before this started happening, I didn't really understand what like more of the hardcore metalheads like complaints about, like you know, certain metal music being like really contrived or manufactured or something. I didn't fully, like, I understood their arguments, like I comprehended it, but I didn't like relate to it.
Speaking of manufactured, I have another opinion I have to give. Just because heavy music is popular right now does not mean that it's okay for us to have idol groups that are heavy metal, because that's so freaking manufactured that it just doesn't sound right.
I guess. I mean,
no, like,
I can think of millions of people that disagree with you. At least on one of them.
It's literally like with other heavy music that I'm talking about. Like, it'll just not sound right because we know why it doesn't sound right. We may not be able to pinpoint the exact thing or the exact reason why it doesn't sound right, but we know that it's just not good. Like, something is missing, you know. And with a lot of bands right now, what's missing is their I want to say them actually coming across their own heavy hearts on their own, because some bands are trying to force themselves into a certain genre that they don't belong in, and you can kind of tell, so their heart's not totally in it. And then other bands, like, they love it so much, but they aren't able to get their music to come across the way that they would want it to, or they love it so much, but they love the idea of it more than the actual the true aspect of it. So they are a cover band or a copy band, and they just end up sounding like other bands that they really, really love and take a lot of inspiration from, but they take too much inspiration from them rather than taking the little thing that they like as a small reference, and then completely remixing it. So yeah,
totally didn't have a couple any bands like that on screen here just recently or anything like that.
I can't tell. I can't look at the screen.
It was Vexen. It was Vexen.
Good job, Jeff. I was thinking of Vexen.
They are turning a corner, though. They've
totally.
they've remixed and remixed to the point where it's like, you know how it's like if you're in Photoshop and or just any photo editor, and it's like, say you like put a filter layer over something, and then just for the fuck of it, you just copy and paste that filter layer on top of each other so many times just to see what it looks like.
That's what I do for half of our graphics.
Yeah, and it comes out like completely different looking. That's kind of what Vexen's been doing. But yeah, there's definitely
another layer at a time.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely some bands though that I think like on paper would totally line up with what you were saying, but in terms of like they have no business being heavy. But in practice, I've actually noticed, and only like in the VK scene have I really noticed this, that it's like they're coming out of that and still sounding really solid, like Acme with, you know, Rotten Orange.
I didn't
and
say
Rave.
they had no business being heavy. I said sometimes it just doesn't sound right.
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah,
and the bands that can keep going with it, like.
I'm saying
probably not going with the heavy thing right now.
Yeah, and I was just saying I'm amazed that there are at the number of bands. I would have thought it would have been like 95% of the bands that are like, this is not. They don't normally do heavy music, and so they try heavy music and it flops. But really, it's more like, what, 50-50 maybe? Like 60-40?
Yeah. I mean, there's a good number of bands who figured out how to like produce their heavy music the right way. Like they find the right producers and they figure out how to write their guitar riffs just right and how to get the right vocals. But then some bands are just missing like single elements, but it's like just because they're missing that single element doesn't mean that it's not good entirely, and they just need to figure it out through practice.
Yeah. You know what would be an interesting band to start this off with? Would be Rave with their new heaviness.
Their desert-esque feel right now.
Yeah, or whatever it is. So for those of you who don't know, Rave, I'll see if I can like bring up their like most recent heavy PV. Rave is I mean, they're basically an Osharike band, right? But they were picked up really early on by the Gazette. God damn it, I'm still in Gazette mode. By PSC, who's the label that runs or manages the Gazette, and manages Kara, and has managed all kinds of other bands, and they kind of took them on a whirlwind ride of like what would you call it? Just all these different genres, and like all these different sounds, all these different punk styles, and pop punk, and soft ballads, and all kinds of things like that. And then they announced they were leaving PSC and going indie. So the latest band to do that in forever. And the result of that is that they've just put out a mini album that's like super hyper heavy for an Osharike band. And it works somehow. Like, I'm really not sure how it works, but it does work. I've got the PV playing up here. I hope it's working okay. But it just definitely works. Whoops, sorry, let me just check and make sure okay, the connection's going okay, everything's going okay. I thought we might have died for a second. But yeah, and I've kind of like looked through this mini album a bit, and it really does feel like an Osharike.
I'm dying every day.
Huh?
I'm dying every day.
Yeah.
Because you said we might have died for a second.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, it's very, very surprising how well it works, and it's like I wouldn't have like expected this in any other scene, pretty much outside of outside of v-kei, where there's just such a huge general influence that even the light bands are somehow able to pull off like this heavy, basically borderline metalcore sound. So, yeah. So I mean, moving forward, I don't know how many like bands I want to see like jumping into the heaviness trend, unless they're already like leaning in that direction. Like maybe they're alternative metal and they want to play around with metalcore, you know, like stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think, Winona? Like, do you think there's a few more bands like Rave that could pull this off?
I think it's possible. And I think that like Rave, since they literally just slipped in there, just give them a few more releases to get it together, and then I think they could be. I think there's the potential for them to be like the ray of hope for some bands to make that kind of change.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think that's a good example of just like. I just wanted to start off with an example of how pervasive the heavy, you know, the alt metal, metalcore, heavy metal trends have gotten. Is it to the point where the Osharike bands are starting to pick up on it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we can move into, you know, what we think are some of the bands that have really done some solid work experimenting with like some of the heavierness lately. Heavierness. I'm going to call it heavierness. Do we want to start with the Gazette, just since it's pretty damn relevant?
Just because it's your favorite band?
It's your favorite band.
It's your favorite band.
It's your favorite band. No.
I don't have a favorite band. You've claimed them as your favorite band.
It's extremely relevant, I would say.
It is relevant. I will say that.
Since Ninth is like, this is them fully...
The most recent album, and it's extremely relevant right now, and will change the course of the scene.
Yeah, for sure. But this was one where they just like fully embraced alt metal. Yeah, the alt metal as they call it.
Bruh, it's so alt. Like that album is actually all over the place, in my opinion. But
would you say it's alt over the place, Winona?
Alt over the place. Yeah, sure. Let's see. I got the chance to sit through it a good 1,000 times while I was working and stuff. Babylon's Taboo, I love it. But you know what? My favorite part, if I could just get a whole song that is literally just the last like 10 to 15 seconds of 99.999, just the last like 15 seconds with that beat over that really like sludgy track, that would have been freaking beautiful. But then it just goes right into Ninth, and then I'm like slightly disappointed. I mean, it goes right into Falling, but then I'm slightly disappointed, but I'm okay. But I just like that last 15 seconds of that intro track. That's going to be my ringtone. Yeah, you're not alone in that. There's actually, I've heard that from a lot of fans that they wish Ninth was a little bit longer. I did see in the most recent interview they had that they actually that was like the last track that they finished, and they got it done an hour before it was time to mix the album. That always happens though. Like the best tracks are the ones that you do right before the album has to be turned in. Yeah, apparently Uderha was the one that wrote this track, but then it was like... He's always the one. No, I'm not the dubstep stuff. This was like... Jesus Christ. This was like his take on that, and you can tell it's like, it's dark, it's very dark, a very dark take on it, very, chaotic, so... But I guess... 99.999? Yeah, so I guess the general... I guess in order... Like, they didn't reach consensus on, like, the final version of it until an hour before. So he's always the one though that writes the shit that I like. Yeah. Jeez. But so I mean, this was like this is like I wasn't sure if like after Project Dark Age this was going to be like, all right, we're moving on to something else, but we're doing pop music. Yeah, we're doing Osharike. Finally getting that Osharike Gazette album. We've always wanted. You weren't wrong, but they didn't go that far to the other way.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
slight step in the other direction.
Well, and they've said as much in their interviews, but I didn't need an interview to tell. This was basically this was written focusing on like their live energy as of today, and their live energy has always been alternative metal.
This album's gonna be
centric.
fucking awesome live.
Yeah,
that's what I'm feeling.
but like even like and I'm talking like since they went major, man. Like their lives have always had like a hardcore side to them that finally got captured on this album. I feel like this is finally them coming out on record as like, no, yeah, we're an alternative metal band. We've kind of always been that. We've kind of always knew this about ourselves deep inside. We were scared
deep
to tell
down
you.
In the heart of hearts, we wanted to deny who we were.
We only told our
and accepted it.
We only told our closest fans. We only told our closest fans, but you know, we were afraid to tell the general market. But yes, we've come out of the we are an alt metal band, in addition to melodic and hard rock. But really, at our core, we are an alt metal band, and I'm okay with that.
Pride Month, they've come out as an alt metal band.
Oh Jesus!
I mean,
I was tiptoeing on the line, and you jumped over it, Winona.
Heck yeah!
Heck yeah! Sorry, guys. Sorry. But
sorry, chat. Jeff also was thinking the same joke I was, so he's just as bad as I am.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so this is going to set an example, I feel like, you know, because I mean, how many other bands has it been where it's been like, how would you describe this band? And you have to go like, well, alt rock, but also alt metal. And that's like the worst description.
Think of how hard of a time we had when we were trying to come up with our Visual Kei beginner crash course with what an alternative metal band sounded like in Visual Kei.
Oh yeah, because
I'm picking.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Westerners' understanding of alternative metal is basically like Slipknot and Mudvayne.
Yeah.
But the actual definition for alternative metal is literally just mixing heavy metal with all kinds of irregular external genres that normally wouldn't be associated with it. So that can
being a rule breaker.
Yeah. So I mean, so that is Slipknot with the DJ music and the irregular beats and stuff like that.
The Gazette and Slipknot should go on a tour together because that would be badass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having trouble thinking of a band that's more worthy of taking that baton from Slipknot at the moment, to be honest, because most of the Western metal bands have gone full metalcore compared to, you know, you got like the Gazette that's like, they're doing a good job of keeping it changed up.
Tell the Gazette that they should open for Slipknot, and then they'll get big.
Yeah.
Or bigger.
They already played at Knotfest Japan, so.
Knotfest Japan, but not Knotfest America.
Yeah, well, that's next.
I think One OK Rock played at Knotfest here. And that was One OK Rock. And that was where they had, like, the camel dung burning. So I'm just like, I feel like the Gazette would have handled that slightly better. I don't know.
I think they canceled that strategy, that plan.
That strategy.
That cool feature that Clown from Slipknot had thought up. Genius over there.
Clown is such a clown. Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. But as always.
That's what people come here for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of. I mean, we all know that there's bands that, you know, kind of, you know, see what's they kind of take the Gazette, follow the Gazette's lead on certain things, and at this point I just feel like the Gazette just kind of threw it all on the table and was like, we're leaning into this all the way, and we're just making it all about lives and stuff, and so we're raw and we're, you know, uncut, and it's just like an extra layer of like, I don't know if it's heaviness, but it's like, this is not like the hyper produced you know, stuff that they'd started on Division, and then other bands had started to perfect to the point where they were sounding like pop producer levels of like crisp, clean production, even though it's like a electronic-core song. So they've kind of just gone in the opposite direction. So maybe we'll get like a lot more raw, kind of underground metal scene style music, because that's really what they went for with this album, was like, it is not the electronic music is not blended crisply and perfectly and cleanly into the guitars. And that's intentional. You know, it's there in the background. It's distorted. It's messed up. It's they use a lot of stuttering sounds. They use a lot of just shit that like makes it sound like things are off. And giving more of a focus to like all the instrumental variety in it. So I think that's going to be healthy for it, for like the heavy side of Visual Kei. So it's like if the scene doesn't shake off this trend of heaviness, at least this will keep it from getting too stale. Maybe that might help.
Like
to mitigate.
American rock music.
Yeah, except I would say rock music. Yeah, I would say
rock music. It's very stale.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like dead. It's not even stale.
It's gone. Johnny Depp is on Marilyn Manson's album.
I would say Western metal is kind of going through its own little upgrades at the moment. Was actually making me a little nervous about J-Rock and J-Metal and Visual Kei because they were starting to catch up there for a little bit. So, but yeah, the rock side, it's still dead. Still very dead. So we don't want stale metal. I can't think of anything worse than stale metal. And now that I understand
metal.
Yeah. Now that I understand what all the metalheads were like, are so constantly sensitive about when they
want our metal fresh.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I definitely understand it. It just took the level of like doing things into the ground that like the Visual Kei scene started to do the last couple of years. I mean, no offense to the Visual Kei scene, but that did happen, and there was a lot of people that raised complaints. We've had an artist on here that raised a complaint about it. But it took that, but now I kind of get it. So hopefully this will keep things fresh. Stale metal is the hot new genre, says Ghoul Scout. Yeah. I believe that's going to be Winona's pseudonym for kawaii metal. But let's see. I think that wraps up the Gazette. Are you still there, Winona? Did I lose you?
I am here.
Okay, cool. I'm having weird like freezes and things like that, so I'm not sure what's going on there. It's not. I don't think it's freezing on the stream. It's just Chrome's being dumb for me. I need to get out of Chrome. Okay, let's see. A nameless Gula donated $40 again and said, sorry, I'm missing the stream. She's not even watching the stream tonight, and she just donated $40.
She's the OG. Sugar donator, sugar watcher.
Let's not bring that up. Let's not make that a meme just yet. Not just yet.
Only respectful memes.
But God,
much
thank
love.
you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. You keep us alive.
Don't say that. That's not true. We would still do this.
Am I wrong? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, you are wrong. Don't put that out there. Okay.
No, we keep us alive. You're just really, really helping us keep us alive.
Yeah, you're making us feel really good about ourselves. We feel blessed.
We feel much blessed.
Much blessed, much love. All right, let's jump over to. You want to talk about Dimlim?
Dimlim?
Yeah.
Yeah. They made a good turn, so yes.
Yes, I know we're kind of going roundabout. I think our thumbnail kind of has bands on here that it's like we haven't even gotten to yet. But these did just pop into my head, and I'm kind of like I actually feel like these would be really worth covering. So first and foremost, this new song Vanitas that they have, like, goddamn, right? Like, yeah. Speaking of freshness and metal in Visual Kei, like, good lord, like, is this shit wild? Like, I honestly did not expect them to make this comeback, but I'm so happy that they have. Mainly,
we need more heavy bands.
Yeah, well, mainly
but
because
we always need more bands.
Mainly because Dimlim is kind of in the reincarnation of DID.
Yeah, you're right.
In spite of the fact that Issei is now gone, they are still...
No. We should say they're the legacy of DID.
They're the legacy
Not
of...
so much the reincarnation.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So in spite of the fact that Issei, who was the only DID member in there, is now gone, they're coming out with this concept album and this PV that they put out for Vanitas. It's still very like avant-garde experimental kind of experimental.
Experimental. That's the new one.
That's what it is, I guess.
That's the new genre, experimental.
God damn it. I don't know why the PV window froze. Oh wait, it's back. Okay, well,
my nerds rope.
Yeah, so I mean, like it was always really nice to see this because like I always got like DID because they had kind of started as the other side of the coin of Durangray that at the time when they were like heading into their RK album and like headed straight towards RK and experimenting with that more like atmospheric, ethereal kind of avant-garde metal, but then DID was doing it from the like the prog side, basically the progressive metal side of it. And we never got to see what that looked like, fully fleshed out because they went on indefinite hiatus. But then Dimlim showed up, and there's a lot of potential, even if I think some people thought it was a little derivative. And then Issei left the band, and another member left the band, and we were really worried. And then we didn't hear anything, and now this comes out. Mm-hmm. So here's an indie side of the heavy VKH scene that's pushing that fresh shit,
Pushing fresh shit. What a way to phrase it.
I mean, like I guess, yeah, like musically, I guess, like it seems pretty fresh to me. I know, looking at the video, the vocalist is wearing that like the black pantyhose on his face or whatever that Kyo from Durangray had done.
In obscure, yeah.
But there's got to be an expiration date on that. Also, I like how basically. More or less, the band is in Kurofuku-kei. They're all in like black suits except for with white shirts except for the drummer, which is like its inverse. Is an interesting touch. But yeah, so we got it on the major side, we got it on the indie side. Got some interesting stuff going on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much else there's to talk about this until we see the concept album, but it's a good sign, Do you have any final thoughts on Dimlim and indie experimentation?
Was I muted this whole time?
No, you've been eating into the microphone.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Hi. Sorry.
I was waiting until chat complained to say something, so...
Sorry.
It's okay.
Thoughts. Yeah. Sorry. Got sidetracked because my heart stopped in that moment. Ruined the whole thing. No, I have no thoughts. My brain froze at that moment.
Your brain said "Begone thoughts."
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm sorry. I had thoughts, and then I looked at my phone, and it was like, oh wow, I wasn't muted. Shit. Okay.
Okay. Well, then we can move right into the next artist to talk about, which is Deviloof.
Okay.
If I don't ruin the window as I try and like put this together. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I ruined it. Oh Jesus.
You jinxed it, Jeff.
Okay, Winona, talk about Deviloof while I fix this.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, my thoughts on Deviloof initially was I think I mostly had an issue with how they looked. I don't know how better to explain this because the vocalist, I swear that first look, the vocalist was wearing a wig, and I was like, that doesn't look right, because his hair didn't look right. But sound-wise, 100% solid, because they were definitely building up. And I remember when we first made the article, it was like Sophia had written that they sounded like a new Dorian Gray. Highly accurate. Then when they came out with their, what was the first thing that came out? I can't remember.
Ruin. Yeah.
Was that the music video? Because I remember the first music video I saw.
Yes, definitely that was the
very
first one.
Different. Yeah, that I didn't like that too much. The next thing that came out, what was that?
The next music video?
Yeah. Or did they just go straight into an album?
They put out like a couple of YouTube tracks, but they weren't music videos. There was a lyric video for something.
MFGAP.
No.
That's all I could think of.
No. Oh yeah. So their second PV was Escape, I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah. When Escape came out,
was that what it's
more
called?
hope.
Yeah, that was the one that was like the lead PV for for Devil's Proof for their first full album.
Yeah. When Escape came out, I was like, all right, I'm paying more attention, because they were something that I had dog-eared initially to see where they would go. Like, costumes can always change, and they'll figure out like wigs aren't the way to go. And they improved drastically once Escape came out, and then when Devil's Proof came out, it was like, man, I don't know how to explain it, because like Escape was like their way of successfully putting deathcore into Visual Kei, and then Devil's Proof was just like establishing that they are the main, if not the only, like deathcore, like specifically deathcore band in Visual Kei. And that's very unique. That's what sets them apart right now. Yeah, and then Kaika came out, and that was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
In my humble opinion.
Oh my god, that B-side?
Just beautiful. The whole thing beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, the A-side was great. Kaika was great.
The B-side though.
The B-side was like the A-side was like going back to deathcore, like hardcore deathcore.
They're huge.
Even more so than Devil's Proof, I think. But then their B-side was like they took that same like dedication to the intensity and just applied the Visual Kei remix or script flipping to it, and it just came out so good, man. Like, it's catchy and savage at the same time somehow. Like,
it's interesting because like we know that they wouldn't. Maybe they would, but like they wouldn't usually go so v-kei on it in terms of a song with the melodies and stuff. But with their power and intensity, it's just something beautiful.
Yeah, I really got to admire like the guts that it takes to like walk this line that they're walking, because it's so hard to walk this line.
But they're doing it so well right now. Like initially it was really shaky, but they've really pulled it together. Yeah.
I wouldn't have anticipated Devil's Proof just off of hearing Ruin, even though I thought it was intriguing, like because the breakdown was very enjoyable and amusing.
No, there was a lot that was super enjoyable about Ruin. It was just like there were those things where you're just like, I don't know, watching it.
Yeah, there was just no evidence. It wasn't evident to me at the time that it was going to catch on. And then, yeah, guys, if you haven't heard Devil's Proof, like their album they put out in November, I can't recommend it highly enough.
Should.
Like, oof. Yeah. So, so it's and also they've signed to this last single they put out. They were signed. They signed to a sub label of Danger Crew. So I think they're on. I think it's the same sub label. Is that what it's called? A sub label?
Yeah, sub label.
I believe it's the same sub label that has a barking dog never bites or something.
That's it. That's the name of that. Why am I hurting? Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. So God damn, I gotta figure out this PV playing thing because it keeps freezing. I'll figure it out eventually. Sorry, guys. Yeah, by the way, we were advised by industry partner of ours that like we can't play
industry colleague.
Yeah, industry colleague that it's like, well, we can't play music, but it helps to have relevant stuff on the screen. So you might want to try
keep the screen moving.
You might want to try playing PVs on silent. So we're giving it a shot.
But it's not really
yeah. So
100%.
Let us know if you like it or if it's distracting or if you don't care, and hopefully we don't get copy striked as is the meme currently. But I don't think we will. We don't have any reason to be. So, but
says
yeah.
Jeff. Quote Jeff on that when we do.
No, we will.
We have no reason to be.
Well, we won't. But just because we won't doesn't, or just because we don't, we're complying with the law and complying with terms of service doesn't mean that somebody can be a dick. So we'll see.
You're terrible.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Anything else for Deviloof? I think we covered that pretty well.
No, I think that's it.
Let's talk about DexCore maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
So about their newer stuff.
Is that one of the legacies of
Death Gaze?
Why? Yeah. Why was I blanking? All I could think was death. I just want to die.
I'm gonna put up the lyric video for Black Pig on here.
Yeah,
just because it's great. It's the best. I don't know what else to say.
DexCore is. I want to say Deathcore so bad. That's so bad. DexCore is the one with the voguing vocalist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember them.
So what did you think of their latest release? Or did you get a chance to listen to it?
Didn't get a chance to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta take this.
I need to double check and see if I even got a chance to listen to it.
Oh no.
Here's the thing, right? So I heard Black Pig and then I noped out of everything.
Yeah, that was me. I don't blame you.
They do have
keep up with them though, but like right now it's hard.
They do have a MV for or a PV for New Era. Do you want to live react to that?
I can't because we're on the phone. Can I? Ooh, I don't think I can because we're on the
phone.
Send it to me and see.
It's too much of a stretch.
Let's see.
We'll check it out later. Chat, tell us what you think of New Era. I'm sure it's great, but as you can tell from the lyrics coming up next to me on the screen, it's pretty fucking funny. I don't know. You know what it reminds me of? We should stop giving them so much shit. I guess they're a new band.
Well, no, we're just giving our honest opinion, and we're a good few minutes into the stream right now. I think they're gonna pull out of it. Just maybe what they're doing right now isn't the move.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because English does come off kind of funny to Americans. So
it's like
and the metalheads
either know English or you don't.
And the metalheads are really mean, so they don't. Well, they just don't pull any punches. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. So they'll make fun of you for it.
Just refer to the freaking Vamps calling video on Loudwire, and you know how they feel. Like,
yeah. So I guess our only issue with DexCore is like the PR image at the moment with the lyrics.
It's the lyrics. It's just the lyrics.
The music itself is fine.
That's what makes it so hard. Like, if the lyrics are off but the music and production is beautiful, like, what do? Like, you can't sit there and not try to follow the story.
Yeah, I'm going to circle back to the Gazette for this and recommend that and actually suggest that they may have solved this problem with this last album.
They did.
You save the English for the screaming parts, especially if it's like metalcore style call out screams.
Save the foreign language for the least decipherable parts.
Yeah, I mean, technically Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas like did this, but like they do it for their whole song. Yeah, but
they do it for their whole career.
But yeah, you can definitely, because everybody like rough vocals seem to be the great equalizer in terms of like accents in English, you know. Because right. I can understand Rookie fairly well when he screams, and even if I can't, like it's not anything new. I can't understand fluent native language speaking screamers half the time when they scream.
Yeah, they just kind of rough it out. Once you understand what they're saying by reading the lyrics, then you can kind of make out the words. Otherwise, it's kind of hopeless.
Yeah, you know, I mean, at least like on the first listen, you know, sometimes it can be tricky. But I would say that's the best way to go about it.
You're right, though.
As for saying the English for the screams, that's how Dataroma handles it usually too. Yes. Or they put it on catchy stuff, like the chorus to Masturbation, you know.
Or you just make it really rhymey and then put it in a chorus, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the easiest way. Also because Japanese,
everything's kind of fucking layered, like they did, like the Gazette did in Falling, and no one really cared.
Yeah. Also, like because Japanese music is or Japanese like lyrics sound pretty badass in metal. And I don't know if Japanese bands who are trying to reach out to like, you know, international audiences are aware of that. But it is, you know, like I even heard, do you remember that YouTuber that I live streamed with for V for talking about Spotify?
Yeah.
So I've heard him say on a stream in the past that like he thinks the two manliest sounding languages are German and Japanese, you know, and it's like it's not exactly an accident that the Omae wa Shinderu meme took off in the specific way that it did. Yeah, it's badass, and metal's kind of about being badass or tough or whatever.
It's from Fist of the North Star, which is one of like the OG badass anime too.
Yeah, so I mean, I would like to see, and Deviloof did it great with Kaika, like both tracks. I think, you know, they leaned into the Japanese, especially on the B side, I think. But yeah, like I think that would be the best way for them to proceed, for Dexcore to proceed, definitely. But we'll listen to a New Era and kind of report back on that, because I know some people are pretty into that band, or pretty curious about that band, because we are too. We're pretty interested. So, all right, let's talk about Dataroma for a little bit.
Okay.
Dataroma has kind of been one of the more constant ones, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty consistent.
Yeah, just consistently heavy. I think for Dadaism number 3, which was their last mini album, they dipped out on the metalcore for that release, but they came screaming back with it in This Is Live, and it's been just a joy to listen to them to that little mini album. So yeah, I've got the Kinky playing up on here, but yeah, I'm hoping that they just keep doing what they're doing, man, because like they seem to have figured it out. I was kind of worried a little bit there. I mean, I could tell they were experimenting, but it was like a lot of experimenting, like a lot of let's try this Duran Gray sound-alike song. Let's try this soft ballad. You know, let's try this thing. Let's try that thing. But then they just really snapped back into it. So I'm not sure what else I would want to expect from. I'm expecting from Dataroma after them putting out This Is Live, because I'm pretty. They're pretty. They pretty much met all my expectations. You know, put all my fears at ease, and yeah, Dataroma's doing good. Thumbs up. Do you have any thoughts, Winona? Winona?
No, you're right. Sorry. This is Live. That's what I was saying. This Is Live was a great release. Yeah, they've been keeping up pretty well. And I remember when they put out their This Is Halloween cover. That was badass. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, Dataroma is a pretty good example of taking inspiration from major bands without sounding too derivative.
Yeah.
So they would be the example maybe to follow. If we were going to point to Vexen as the example to maybe stay away from.
Earlier on Vexen.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear people say that. I honestly never got around to checking out a ton of Griva.
That's probably for good reason.
Really? This is I didn't know you felt this way.
I know there are a lot of people who like Griva, but I can't not look at them and think, "Wow, old Duran Gray," and then proceed to heavily try and keep up with them. So it's like a real casual follow that I give them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, no, I think now they've changed. Have they changed now? Are they the one with the wrist cut single? I think they are.
Wait. No, Griva's gone.
Griva, not Griva. Who else is there?
That's Gossip.
Gossip. Fuck. All these G bands. Yeah, Griva's gone, but I couldn't listen to Griva very much either way. See,
Oof.
I didn't even know they were gone.
Oof, that was quite the confusion there. Oh man, we gotta catch you up to speed. I know you've been busy though, so let's.
No,
yeah.
I know what Gossip is. I just know that
I hope so. We talked. You talked about it on a podcast.
Gossip though, like I just know that they're also like a copy band, but in the sense that they're trying to keep up with the trends, but they're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah,
that's what my problem with Gossip is. Like when they try to keep up with what's hip, it's like dude, you're just so obvious right now that you don't know what you're really doing about it.
I think our take on Gossip was always that they seem to be willing to work their ass off because they had that 108 city tour.
Yeah,
and then I think they just announced another one. Recently,
work really hard.
Like Jesus Christ, my dudes! Like like I can't knock that one bit. Yeah. So.
No, I respect them for it. But wasn't that 108 city tour all like really small venues?
Yeah. They were all baby venues.
Yeah, that's for a reason too.
Okay. All right, let's move on to another heavy band.
Before I throw more shade.
Chat, if you guys have any heavy bands, heavy music, anything you want us to talk about, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll talk about it.
Stop throwing shade.
No, they'll never.
Some sun emojis.
They'll never. Some sun emojis. They'll never want you to stop throwing shade.
Put a cloudy sun emoji. Put a cloud in the chat. For more shade.
Yeah. Press F in the chat for Winona to slay more bands.
Oh boy.
We got Never Stop Throwing Shade, please, in the chat. All right, let's talk about Nocturnal Bloodlust. And they had this Whiteout EP, and that
was hard.
That was hard.
That was hard.
Oh God, yeah. Thank you. I'm glad we can go down this road together.
that was a hard release.
I mean,
It wasn't good. I know people liked it, but like it just wasn't. We know Nocturnal Bloodlust. We know what they put out, and they've done good things, right? They've built up their fan base and all that, but White, oh man, Whiteout.
What is this winter? What is this? What is this?
Huge issue.
Yeah. It's like they forgot to. It's like they forgot. They accidentally leaned on the mixer and like pushed some switches all the way up on the board.
God.
Just
sounded. No, everything sounded blended. So it was like the only things I could hear was like the vocalist and then like the guitar and bass all at one time together. Just everything else was just blended together, and I couldn't really tell. Like, the part where Jeff thought it was a saxophone, I really think it was just a guitar solo.
Yeah, I think I saw someone mention that it was a saxophone. It was not a saxophone. It was a distorted ass guitar thing.
Poorly distorted guitar.
I don't know. A lot of people liked it. I'm trying to play...
Yeah, I said...
I was going to say I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but that's what we're doing, so I guess I'm trying to play angel's advocate. No,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah, chat, if you liked it...
a lot of people like us didn't like it.
Chat, if you liked it, tell us why you liked it, and if you didn't like it, tell us what bothered you about it.
Because we can go for days about what bothered us about it.
It's just the chorus, and with the PV, it's like this winter wonderland.
Chorus.
There's like this winter wonderland ass effects, like
this weird emo look on the band too. Hold up, that red leather jacket. Where did that come from?
This Frozen meets Hot Topic style of
oh, you're right. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
It's literally just Hot Topic.
Let it go to hell.
No, wait. I know the perfect meme for this. You know the American Idol audition where that dude was supposed to sing Frozen, but he ends up doing like death screams instead.
Oh, was that what his twist?
Yeah, he just did death screams. That's what this was.
I see.
You didn't see it?
No, I don't think so. Or if I did, I didn't make out that it was Let It Go.
No, okay. I'll see if I can find it again. And
Yes,
I'll
please.
send it to Jeff over Messenger so he can see it.
Yes, please. It sounds very amusing. I think they were really onto something with the Omni God. So I'd like to just kind of see them move towards that and grow that. I really can't say if that's an objective opinion at this point, or if I'm just like, I liked that, they should go back to that. But there hasn't really, if I'm being completely honest, they've been doing a lot of experimentation and it's been interesting, but it hasn't been anything that's really got me as like, this is some A1 dope ass metalcore. Since that, like Break This Fake was cool. But it was like, it wasn't the Omni God.
The Omni God, they really got it together.
Like, yeah, it's great. And there's like great, and not even just the PV tracks. Like, there's like all kinds of like stuff on there that's like Tyrant is like one of the coolest like songs I've ever heard a metalcore band do. It's so different. I forgot what the name of the other one was. Punch Me If You Can is great.
Oh yeah.
Look Me in the Eye, fuck. Yeah, I'm like there's some English I can get behind, man.
English you can get behind.
Yeah.
Approved English.
Now get away from me, whatever. Fuck you. That's it's grammatically accurate.
Jeff would say.
Yeah.
Something Jeff would say.
It is something I would say. I was down with that, man.
I sent you the link, Jeff.
Let's go back to that.
Let's get Jeff to live react to this while we're still talking about Nocturnal Bloodlust, so this can still remain relevant.
I'm not live reacting to this. This is off topic. I'm classifying this as off topic.
It's part of our conversation of Whiteout.
Akai Sakiyuki says the best one is called Triangle Carnage. Which one is that? Yeah, I need to look up which one that is. I don't know.
I probably have it on my phone.
Unless I've just forgotten that name.
Let me see.
It's 2013 single. I don't think there's a PV for it. Came out right after VIP.
Wow, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a fake fan.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that tip. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. So hopefully we can see. To be fair, I didn't listen to like the EP because I was like just completely not into, the A side. It's been a busy summer for us, guys. If we're not hooked in, from the promotional track, like if the promotional track doesn't do its job, I'm just like not really able to.
We're at this level of busy, and I can't say bigness.
No, we're not doing this. I just wanted to briefly mention it. We're not that busy, but we're pretty busy.
No, I'm that busy. What do you mean, Jeff?
Yeah,
Jeff's not that busy.
Yeah, but we don't.
Am. Jesus.
No, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. We don't need them. We don't need them worrying about if the stream's gonna go away. If we showed them our schedules, they'd be like,
"Gonna go away."
Yeah, it's never gonna go away. But if you or I ever fully disclose our schedule, people will look at it like there's no time. How you're not gonna stream anymore? Like, it's gone. It's like no. It's like no. We make it happen.
Stream.
We make it happen. I don't know how, but we make it happen. So
no, we love this music industry so much. We just want to stream about it. Okay, we try. This is where our time goes right now. If we showed you our schedules, Jeff apparently wants our schedules to remain confidential. Why? I will never understand.
They don't care. That's why.
I think they care because they love us.
They
worry about us.
That's very presumptuous. That's very presumptuous. If they do, that's sweet. But I don't want to default to that assumption. Defaulting to that assumption gets your ass beat on the internet. I'll just say that. You love me, right?
On the internet.
You love me, right, guys? No, fuck off. Like that's most of the internet. So, anyway.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Like walking into a room, everyone here loves me, and it's like, no, fuck you. But like, isn't that the key to confidence, though?
Yeah,
assuming everyone likes you.
Yeah, but there's no body language and nonverbal communication on the internet to make that work. So people are just reading it and are like, "No, asshole!" Like, So, but
okay, Jeff is saying I'll get beat up.
It's not literally, you know what I mean. Roasted. Okay, let's
get roasted every day under the sun.
Very true. That's happening to me right now, actually.
I'll stop.
It's a sweaty Saturday over here in okay, let's talk about Darren Gray. Do I have their PV somewhere? Let's see. Yeah, so let's talk about Darren Gray. What do you think about Darren Gray? The way Darren Gray's going.
Ningen Okabudu.
Yeah.
Is hard. It's hard.
Specify. I don't think they know what you mean.
It's not good. Okay? It's decent.
When you guys saw that we were doing a heavy music stream, did you expect us to go full metalhead critic mode? Every band sucks. They should go back to their old sounds. Like,
Jeff. Okay, they're in this. The transitions are always the hardest. Okay, like when the Gazette released Toxic, everyone was just like, "Ooh, cringe." Like, there are still songs on there that are good, but the whole album as a whole, cringe. Like, and the same thing with Ningen Okabudu. The issue with it is that, like, they're transitioning into, like, this like, avant-garde, but, what was it that you said? Like, alt-metal sound. or something.
They were trying to cram their avant-garde metal sound into an alt metal song structure, and it just kind of
and it's
crunched up folded up
like,
over onto itself.
But the issue is that they take the alt metal song production with it, and it just doesn't sound good. Like, the only thing that sounds really good in Ningen no Kaburu was the part that was previewed, which is the chorus. And that's actually really nice. There are, like, really nice moments in that song. But it's
to clarify, we thought it was going to be good.
Are not good. Yeah, we thought it would be really good. Like, the PV preview looked amazing. And the PV looks so good. Like, it's distracting you from the song, granted, which is probably why the song sounds better when you watch the PV. But the whole thing, like, the song itself... The song Ningen no Kaburu, which is the only original song on this single, does not sound cohesive, and it doesn't sound properly produced.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's just, I think it's if they just fix the verses a little bit, even the build up to the chorus is fine. It's actually interesting because they use the build up in the bridge.
Okay, separately. But, like, there are just, like, transitions to those parts that just sound sloppy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
The production for some of those parts doesn't sound right. Like, it just sounds weird. Like, even you, Jeff, I remember you were like, I thought it was my headphones that made the song sound like this. But no, like, that was the way that the song was produced. And
I did literally have to get...
the chorus.
I did have to get, like a new set of headphones, just because I knew my current set had kind of shorted a little bit, but like it wasn't like really distorting the sound. It was just like your average radio quality at that point, as opposed to like more high quality. So I went and got I got my Apple AirPods at that point, and it was only then that the song was really reasonably listenable. So
I have Bose headphones. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I'm picky.
Ghoul Scout says, have you guys seen the translation to one of the Russian texts on the screen that says something funny? Yeah, I saw that on Facebook, actually. So I guess at some point in the PV, I read it. Let me see if I can drag it around here somewhere. What does it say, Jeff? It basically says... there, you know the parts where it's like out in nature, like in the trees, and then there's like these lines that are like pointing to different things and saying like, and then there's words. There's words, but it's in Russian. Like I'm trying to find a place that's an example because it happens really quick. No, you don't have to paste it in Ghoul Scout. It's there it is. It's going to be too much of a hassle for me to like set up the screen thing. I'm just trying to find an example. Okay, so you see like these lines and stuff, and you see how there's like.
I'm imagining it because I'm not looking at a screen.
Yeah, I'm talking to chat. Sorry. You see how there's like little text here and stuff. That happens periodically throughout the video. Apparently, there was like a Russian video editing service that. They've shipped this out to because that's where it's came that because there was like some Russian or Ukrainian text in there that was basically stuff like I'm sick of editing this shit, and then like some lyrics to like a band like from their country or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what it said in the video.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Yeah, I can look up exactly what he said, but yeah, they got kind of trolled, so
damn, they got real trolled. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Kind of trolled. It's not kind of trolled. They got trolled, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, so it's I'm getting this from the Facebook page. I should probably give them credit. I'm not sure where they got it from originally, but it's there's like a shit posting page for v-kei called Japanese Man Lady Demons. Yeah, so there's basically someone sent them the text, or they found the text, and it's like one of the lines is "we fucked a cat," Another one is, I'm so fucking tired of making this video template, but I haven't even finished half of it. And the last one is like, bitch, bastard, asshole, fucker. And they made a note that said that this is actually from the lyrics of a song by a Russian band called Sector Gaza. So, you know, a little inside scoop. On the exact degree of the trolling. So yeah, so
currently gonna try and see.
So I guess we lost all our Duran Gray fans that were watching.
Damn.
Unless they turned on them as well, you know. Duran Gray fans are pretty seem like they're pretty brutally honest. I shouldn't say that because I've heard a lot of BS arguments from certain people, certain fans of Duran Gray. I'm gonna stop talking now. All right,
enemies.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to come out of this hug box swinging, fam. We're gonna fight.
Oh boy.
We're gonna tear down this hug box and rebuild it as a ring.
Meet me at my ring. Sorry, I've been watching Megalobox.
Blood for the blood god. Let's go. Fight the fans. That's a mood. No, not just kidding. It would be a fight. It would be a fight between fans, since I'm technically a fan, right? Can I pull the fan card so I can get a little more savage for a second? I don't think so. I don't think I can pull that off. Okay, who else should we talk about, chat? Or Winona? Or anybody? Who am I forgetting?
I'm looking at the thing that you were just talking about for Duran Gray, and I'm just like, wow. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Who else is out there?
Lynch just put out a PV.
That's true. Which PV?
It's called Joker, and it's jazz metal.
Oh, I didn't get to see it. Damn it.
Yeah. So Lynch has been kind of doing a good job holding down the melodic metal side of stuff. The last PV that came out before this was to promote, I think that Sinners, No One Can Fake My Blood.
It was Sorrow.
Yeah, it's called Sorrow.
That was the last one to put out. That one was beautiful.
And that was like so that was like a melodic metal ballad, you know.
Well, I thought of it as them trying to combat Death Case's Sorrow, and they were like, "Now's our chance," and put it out.
No, they'll never beat that. and we both know that. You will never beat Sorrow by Death Case. I'm sorry.
That's such a beautiful fucking song. I'm
sorry. That will now and forever be our Nagoya K representative on our Crash Course article.
Sorrow. Yeah. Such a beautiful song.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what they did with Creature, and I actually heard the remastered version, and it's nice to hear Akinori's bass line in it. It's pretty solid. They seem to have really like come into something, you know, like that's doing it for me this time. It's just when they switch to their more toned down look and their more you know, I don't know, they're more I don't know what you call it. Like it's basically like they're more like commercialized metal sound, I guess, or like they're more traditional metal sounds, you know, basically from like I Believe in Me on. Like it just took a while before there was anything that I could get into by them. The only thing that I really got into was Evoke, and then you know, everything else was cool, but it wasn't like hooking for me. But then you know, Creature came out. I was like, this is dank, this is fun, this is nice. I'm super into it. And then you know, and now there's this Joker thing that's interesting. I've only listened to it a couple times, so you know, I'm not sure entirely how I feel about it, but it's like, you know, it's well done. It's just they seem very diverse. Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, let me send me the link. Can you send me a link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I can sync up the PV if you want. Are you gonna live react to the PV?
I'll live react to the PV.
Okay.
If you send me the link to the PV, I can watch it on my phone and live react to the PV.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Hey.
What you can do is just count down and say like 1, 2.
So we can play it at one time.
Yeah, and you can just say 1, 2, 3, go, and then.
Okay. Well, 1.
Hold on, and on go you hit play. Okay, so we're hitting play and go.
My phone's ready, so like.
All right, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So yeah, so this is Joker. It's all
interesting. These kids.
These kids.
Ooh, that scream.
Oh God, it keeps stuttering. Oh God, I have to.
Jeff is all stutters.
No, the video is. I think it's okay. We're relatively in sync. Don't worry about it. Just react. Maybe.
I love jazz rock. It's always my vibe.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about jazz metal?
Well, I mean, I love Bradio, so like I have a bias.
Well, I said, this is more like jazz metal, right? Jazzcore. Yeah, jazzcore.
Jazzcore.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is jazzcore. Yeah.
Yep.
This is nice. Very it's always circus-esque though. Whenever they set up jazz shit.
Yeah, they do have the circus in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the red and white stripes, and I'm like, God damn it.
Royce has a
music isn't all clowns.
Royce has a jazz rock PV in the that just came out as well. So it's very.
This is very interesting because it's very different from what they had literally just put out, or had been putting out for like the past few months.
Yeah. It's fun stuff.
So this is what happens when the bassist comes back, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently.
And the kids are clowns. Oh no, wait, you know what this is? They're all it. No. I'll stop.
We all wear eyeliner down here.
If this is, bruh, you know, it'd be wild if this were the theme song for It 2, because I know It 2 is supposed to come out.
It is?
That'd be, yeah, It 2 is supposed to come out. The Old Spice guy was casted.
Well,
this is nice.
That's
I'm feeling this. Yeah.
The Old Spice guy?
Isaiah something.
Who's he playing?
Adult Mike.
Wait. Adult Mike.
All the kids are grown up. And
wait.
Jeff is reacting to It too, and I'm trying to react to what's relevant to the stream.
I'm trying to decide if I should comment on this.
Do a Google search, Jeff, and learn while I'm watching this TV.
Okay, so Isaiah. Okay, so It too. Yeah. Isaiah. Oh, I just got Bible verses.
I keep thinking Isaiah Thomas, but that's a basketball player. So never mind. I'll check in a second. The music video.
Okay, because I believe the Mike was the little pale kid, right?
No.
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 Who's Mike?
Whoever Isaiah is playing the adult of, I'm assuming it was a black child.
You can understand why I'm a little confused right now, because in the trailer, I just saw a bunch of pale white kids. And so I'm like, what is the reverse Michael Jackson shenaniganery that's going on in this sequel?
You know what, Jeff? I can't 100% say because
sorry,
I didn't fully read the article. I just saw that Homeboy was casted in It 2, and I was like, oh snap, there's an It 2, and then followed him on Twitter and walked away from it.
He was the last of the 7 members to join the Losers Club, and he becomes fast friends with me. Yeah, okay, so he's like a late addition, I think. I don't even know if he was in the first one. I should stop commenting on a movie I've never seen. So,
talking about it too.
Anyway, just stop trying to convince me that they're like that they're pulling like all kinds of like fast ones on us in this It series.
Yeah, Jeff, the whole world is different. Where are you coming from?
I would absolutely go see it if that was the case. I'd be like, I want to see how they explain this.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Isaiah. Not Isaiah Thomas. Mustafa. Isaiah Mustafa.
Yeah.
So yeah, Simba's dad is casted in it too.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa.
Should we cover X Japan in the heavy bands, or is that not a thing?
Should we, Jeff?
Should we chat?
We could talk about the Yoshi Kitty thing.
No, we're not.
What's going on? I mean, if we talk, what is there to talk about with X Japan as a heavy band right now? What have they done? Because they did.
Will their album have any heavy songs on it? Do you think?
Their album is 99. Their album is however done that the first track of.
All right, we're being told do it. My only question is, will there be any heavy songs on the album?
The only songs we've heard was Levinus. That's the only new song from, and the other one was Kiss, I think. Those were like the 2 new songs we heard from X Japan this year and last year, because Levinus was on the soundtrack for We Are X, and then when they played at Coachella, they played one of their new songs, like one of their new songs called Kiss or something like that, and I can't remember.
Well, the other question is, are they going to do that?
Soft songs.
Are they going to pull? Are they going to pull everyone's favorite move and include all of the singles from since they've gotten back together on the album?
You mean what they did with the last album that they put out, which was a best album?
No, it's like, but like that always irritated me with Lunacy, is that they would do that.
No,
with, like,
I'm
the
serious.
singles.
That's what they did with their best album, though. Like they pulled all the stuff they had released.
Yeah, but it's like
or something like that.
Is 4 or IV, however you call it?
You mean Jade, IV, Born to Be Free, and what else did they put out? I know Yoshiki's not going to put any Violet UK on there. He can't. It's not X Japan. There's going to be a Marilyn Manson song on there.
Yeah.
It's 4 songs. There's Kiss. It's 5 songs. There's
sorry, guys. I'm behind on getting the X Japan PVs up. Okay, we're good.
We got 6 songs counted so far.
Yeah.
What are the other 4? At least 4 songs.
Surprises. I mean, but
he's a busy man.
Are any of those
a busy man?
Do any of those count as heavy?
Damn, dude, it's been 10 years.
Does Jade count as heavy?
Jade would be power metal. It would be heavy, but it's like, I think because of Yoshiki's classical background, the way that he writes songs, like you question if it's even heavy. Because they have.
It's just going to be really interesting to see
under it.
It's just going to be really interesting to see if they're viewed as like a representative of Visual Kei, or because everything else in the scene is so heavy and like disruptive.
It would be considered light.
Yeah, or if they're just going to be like Japanese Rolling Stones. Here's our cool story,
I feel like they're
backstory.
Japanese Metallica right now.
Woof, 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 woof.
Not like woof. I mean in release timing. In that
okay.
Because just the timing of their releases, man. Like, you know how, man, I guess this is the year that things that we never thought would happen, right? Because Incredibles 2 just came out, and now we're going to, after 14 years, right? And now we're going to have an X Japan album in our hands real soon. Oof.
Well, I hope the Extra Pan album's pretty good because Disney keeps screwing up all their movies lately. So,
well, Incredibles 2 was really good. That's what I can say.
Did you see it already?
I saw it. I was
good?
as Edna Mold, and I saw Incredibles 2. I was dressed as Edna because I couldn't find an Incredibles outfit in adult medium, and I was sad.
Let's see. We got a couple things in chat. Yoshiki is busy hanging out with Oprah and Will.i.am.
Is he? Oh, you're right. He totally is. He met Will.i.am. Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Did he meet Oprah, though? Well, he wants to be hanging out with Beyonce. It's only a matter of time. We'll see.
Yeah. Have we talked about Dexcore? They are a good heavy band that just put out a single. Yeah, Lauren, we talked about them earlier. We think their music it's pretty. I think it's a general consensus that the music is solid so far, but the lyrics are like.
The lyrics have thrown us off so much that we kind of lost touch because we're just like, woo!
Some really rough English, man. So they need to work on their PR a little bit. Well,
they just got to work on their lyrics, their lyricism.
Lori, by the way, just messaged us Winona and says that regarding Deviloof, Keisuke was well, actually, I don't know if let me message. Should we say this live?
Should I? Let me read it, and I'll help determine.
Sorry, to cut myself off there. I thought, okay, yeah, never mind. Moving on.
Okay, we can say this. I think because I already kind of said that.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because I literally said like I felt kind of off because it looked like Keisuke was wearing a wig. Like it looks like a wig. You can't tell me that's not. If you look at it, it looks like a wig. So yeah. Yeah, but now it's not. Like now it's his hair. So the past is the past.
Yeah, the past. The
past is the past. It's his hair. It's obviously his hair. It doesn't matter. Like it just looks like a wig. Is all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. It looks like a wig.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We will all be of the consensus that it looks like a wig in Devil's Room PV, but now Keisuke's hair does not.
That made me. It's like easily his hair, obviously, but in Ruin, I was just like, I don't know, fam. So I was like, that's kind of fake. Why you gotta be fake? So that's what threw me off.
Yeah.
Don't be fake in your first music videos. Lesson.
Yes, but I do remember how you and James were reacting to that PV initially, and you were fine with the music. That's for sure.
I loved the music. Yeah. I always was like, that's a wig. Like whenever I saw it, I was like, that's a fucking wig.
I mean, yeah. When it's new bands, though, I don't know.
No,
man.
If it's a new band, don't wear a wig, my guy. Dye your hair. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Oh God.
Do it right.
So yeah, I mean, I guess the only reason I wanted to bring up X Japan is that these guys are the godfathers of Visual Kei, but Visual Kei is really heavy right now, and they used to be heavy metal, but we're not sure if they're still heavy metal at this point. So by the time the album comes out, is it going to be a scenario where like let's say their album gets really popular and brings in a lot of people and that are new to the scene, and they're like, oh wow, X Japan, is this what Visual Kei is? And like all the fans are like, no, it's not like this.
That's what Visual Kei was in the 80s.
Yeah. So
90s it changed drastically. It's just been changing drastically over the decades.
I don't know. I'm not going to know how to handle this album when it comes out. I can already tell.
I can already tell this album's going to be like a blast from the past, but a well-produced past.
I'm counting on being out of review, being
out of commission for review.
Being out of the review game by the time this one comes out. I really don't want to talk about it.
I'm already pretty much out of the review game.
Yeah, so I have to find my apprentices. But
it's not so much that we don't want to talk about it. It's just
it's a dead meme at this point. Like
it's been 10 years, bro.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
It's been dead ass 10 years.
Who else? I don't know. Maybe we could leave it at that. You know.
Are we leaving it on X Japan? It's been dead ass 10 years since that album was announced. We should not leave it at that.
Oh God.
Jeff forgot the last words I said.
All right, let's talk about Monslo then, because they're a heavy band that is a baby band that is just like they have
putting all their money in their production, which is wonderful.
Their music production, yeah, and they're just going full blown, like dedicated to trying
new things so
early on, and you know, like as in kind of like Dadaroma style, mixing like their heavy music with like other genres, but they're so good in certain ways. You know, it's like really good.
I loved them when I first found them on YouTube. They're really good. Big Mouth is a great song.
Yeah, Big Mouth March. That's some
song.
Some solid shit. It's called Big Mouth March.
No, the other one. It was a live PV that they have up on their YouTube channel. And the song translates to Flame, and I never remember the name. It starts with an H. Watch me look it up and be like, yo, I knew it, but I forgot it.
X Japan. So this PV I've got up here now is called Virtual Flight, and this was them mixing it with pop music. But it's like,
okay, just somebody should tell Japanese people that wow and whoa are two different words. But otherwise, good job.
Yeah, so you can see it's very low budget, but their music is pretty solid production value. So I will say I really like Can You Hear Me, which was like them mixing like the heavy metal or metalcore with pop music, like a emotional pop song, and it came out so well. So good. That whole first EP that they had, though, which was that Big Mouth March was on, I did listen to it, and it was all phenomenal. Their jazz metalcore is better than Dadaroma's jazz metalcore, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I really like their song Homura, which is the one with the live PV.
The vocalist voice just has a lot of passion, whether he's doing rough or clean vocals. If this was a band that opened up a Patreon, I would support this band. I'm just throwing that out there. It'll never happen. It would never. It's not gonna happen. But you know, like.
And then tomorrow they open a Patreon, and then you have to keep your word.
Oh yeah, I will. I just got my first paycheck from my new job, so.
So did I. Hey.
Money. Mula. But I would really like to. I'm really rooting for this band. Kind of looking forward to seeing where they go, because they've been able to do a lot with a little. You know, they're a good example of like a small indie band that, you know.
I have to do another YouTube sweep sometime.
Yeah.
See what else is out there.
So, X Japan are the embarrassing dads who haven't got with the times.
I think they're the uncles.
X Japan really is dad rock at this point. No offense.
Dad rock.
That's basically Metallica, right?
Wait, but dad style is in vogue right now in fashion. So is dad rock gonna be the next thing?
No.
In music?
Fuck in vogue shit. No, that's not dad style's not in fashion. No. I have issue with this. No, it's not dad style.
We have an issue with it, but it is dad.
It's
style.
Gay dad style. Everybody looks like a gay dad, and I hate it. I hate it.
Jeff, all the fashion designers, all the big fashion designers are doing dad style.
It looks so dumb.
Forever 21 is ripping it off, and H&M are gonna rip it off real soon. So does that mean that music is gonna go in that same direction?
I hope not, because their specific brand is not just dad style. It's dad style nuked with all the cringy pastel and floral colors that you can think of. It's the worst. It's the most extra and simultaneously boring shit I've ever seen in my life. It's been happening since I've been in college. I'm fucking over this shit. I'm fucking over this shit. Fuck your mainstream fashion. Like, I'm so done. Like, everybody down here in Miami who's a dude, who's a straight dude, is dressing like a gay dad, and they all look the same, and they all look retarded. Like, I'm sorry. Excuse my inappropriate words, but like, God.
There's so many inappropriate words.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Like such a hipster.
So dumb.
Holy shit.
It's so dumb. There's nothing wrong with dressing like that. Dress however you want to dress, but like to be the thing that you would advertise to someone like me who is the target demographic for that, like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like
so dadcore.
Huh? Dadcore, yeah. Oh my God.
That's gonna happen. I feel like dadcore is gonna happen.
I'm sorry, chat. Dad got mad. I shouldn't do that.
Your dad got mad. Dad got mad. Yeah, Dad got mad.
Nice rant. Thanks. Yeah, it's finally being dragged out of me. The truth is finally coming out. We've been very nice.
His tech rant about Google.
We've been I've been a very nice guy up till now. I've been over. Maybe you might be finding out that maybe the reason I've been so nice is I've been over restraining myself.
Compensating for all your hate.
Over restraining myself due to
compensating for all your internal hate.
Yeah, due to my knowledge of what I'm capable of.
You're like, I am an unlimited person. I have high expectations of myself.
Oh no, gee, I was like, well, I picked a weird time to tune in. Yeah, sorry, we were just about to wrap up the stream.
We're talking about music up until now.
Yeah, so Dad K is on the way. Is that also Preppy K at this point?
Dad K is on the way. No, Preppy K and Dad K are different.
Is it just the length of the shorts they're wearing?
Like the shit. No, preps, like dude preps would wear like chubbies and polo shirts.
Is that not like a basic form of Dad K?
Those are preps.
Is that not a basic form of Dad K?
Dads wear another level of that where it's like khaki shorts, the unzippable khaki shorts, thick tennis shoes. And,
my parents bought me some of those for Christmas. It was bad.
Maybe with a collar. And with a chest pocket.
Yeah, I'm quitting the scene if that happens.
Two sides of the same coin. You're quitting the scene?
You're going to see a massive influx of non-Visual Kei J-Rock bands in our site if that happens.
The minute Dad K comes in.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm around that already in Miami, man. Like, everybody's out on boats wearing that garbage. Get that out of here. Boat K?
Turns into Boat K. Dad K is a subgenre of Boat K.
Boat K, yeah. Yeah. Now I'm like, I need to stop imagining this. This is bothering me.
Because what if your imaginations become reality?
I wasn't in the proper mindset to be able to comprehend this in a safe way, and now I don't feel safe. So we need to talk about more heavy Visual Kei.
Jeff doesn't feel safe. He needs an adult.
I need an adult that's not a dad.
You need a mom?
I need a mom.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, one more band. One more heavy band.
Who's a good heavy band? I would usually look at my wall of posters, but here I don't have a wall of posters. Kizu. Kizu,
yeah, there we go. I knew I was missing
one.
Great
heavy band.
All right, so you want to talk about a heavy band that is just like running the gamut, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of all the different sounds and stuff.
They doing it. They are doing it pretty darn well out here.
Yeah, pretty solid band from the get-go. Pretty.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oshimai impressed the fuck out of us.
Oshimai like blew my mind when I first heard it.
Yeah, and what was the next one? Kawazu, which means frog. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But the B-side songs that a lot of people missed out on are where they do a lot of their experimentation, and those are amazing. Like when Kizuato came out, you can see it coming when you hear Love Song from Kawazu.
Yeah.
And it's like Kizuato was just a more fleshed out version of Love Song.
Yeah, man, it's just the level of passion they have is like, it's great. It's just, it fuels the intensity and the energy of their music. We have really high praise for Kizu. For those of you who haven't listened to our podcast, VKH Breakdown, 1, What's Wrong With You? Get on that stat. And 2,
we gotta get our next episode up.
Well, if they haven't listened to it yet, why should I make a new one? They're not. They haven't even like. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know I'm an asshole. Sorry. But also, Kizu is the official band of VKH Breakdown. So.
Without them knowing, they're the official band.
Yeah, they don't know it. They don't know it, but we're their street team and everything.
No, we are the band street team.
Yeah.
We just support all the bands that we think have a lot of potential.
Yeah. So, I mean...
And we try to support all the bands, but the ones who have a lot of potential, you'll know.
Yeah, this is I think is a solid example of brand new band doing it right. You know, and I'm not going to expect every single band that's doing heavy music to come out like this, you know, because I know Lime just had a lot of experience as a vocalist already, and then he clearly had something like, you know, something in mind, you know, but it's a pretty damn good example of like how to, you know, explode onto the scene, you know. I mean, everything they did, like, promoting themselves in the beginning was very unorthodox, too. They had a phone number where fans would call and, like, tell them, like, their painful stories and shit.
Their personal stories, yeah.
Yeah.
So they could get the real feelings, real pain and
so
stuff.
So their music is based off of that, I guess?
No, it was smart, because they did a field study. That was literally a field study where they, instead of trying to guesstimate what their target audience is feeling and trying to, like pretend that they're in that situation and like guess what people's emotions were at the time and whatever. They got it from the source.
Yeah, they did customer research.
We're feeling, yeah, exactly. No, not that field study. They did a field study.
It's called market research, Winona.
Field study.
It's called market research.
Field study.
Art major.
Yes. Hard
getting her terminology all over the place.
With a hard R. Art major. Art major with a hard R.
As opposed to with an A. Art major.
Art major, yeah. Hard R.
Oh man. Yeah, it's but yeah, I think Keys is another shining example. You know, I think a lot of the bands we covered tonight are like really good examples of like very unique music that if they were able to, if enough of these bands like persist with like finding their own unique way to do this heavy stuff, you know, it may never get old, you know. There really hasn't been a ton of trash, you know, in terms of this trend, you know. Maybe it's because we're biased because we like heavy music. And maybe
I think it's because with heavy music you can't really do it wrong. Like, heavy music is like, it's easy to just be noise. So if you think something sounds bad, just keep layering shit on it and say it's metalcore and noise.
I don't think that's true. I will say that I think you either get it right or it's so wrong that you can't justify putting it out. You know?
Yeah. But for me, if it's gonna exist, it has to be perfect. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah. So, how long do you think the trend's gonna last?
How long has it been going now?
Dogma started and it came out August 2015. Maybe there was a bit of a heavy trend up till then.
I give it 2 more years.
Okay, and then what is it going to be? Another artistic reaction, alt. And we're back to.
It's going to be alt. It's going to alts next.
Alt rock.
We can't go straight into pop and do the modernist thing. Like, it's going to be alt next to start to slip us into it.
Alt what?
So it's going to be slightly more cleaned up to start to slip us into something that sounds a little more structured. So we're going to get more and more structured until people get fucking sick of rules, and then we just completely flip the script to something else.
Yeah.
Chat's
pushing. Chat's saying next movement is Dad K. So I guess that's what it's turning into.
It's also structured, so it might be Dad K visually, but alt metal in sound.
Oh boy. All right.
It's gonna be Dad K coinciding with Alt K.
So everything's just gonna sound like Rolling Stones, then, is what you're telling me.
No, it's Rolling Stones with alt metal at the same time. Because if X Japan comes out with their new album this year, shit, yeah, why not? We have the Gazette's 9th and then X Japan's new album. We have those two things coinciding that are going to be bouncing around for a good 2 years. And then whatever comes out of those two things will be taking over in 2020.
You know what I want to see? I want to see an alt metal.
It'll definitely be in 2020 because Japan's going to have the Olympics and everyone's going to want to start some new shit at that point.
Yeah, but that's why I was assuming that they would drop the metal and the alt metal altogether by 2020. You know,
doubtful.
To lure in all the normies, you know.
Nah, doubtful. Everyone else might drop the metal altogether, but VK, nah, it was never about being normal.
Yeah, but like they might go for Osharike pop rock,
because
you know,
of all the Westerners that'll be there visiting and shit.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with switching over to like a more mainstream friendly genre when you can do it that as well as Visual Kei can. You know, the Osharike phase was fantastic, so that's why I'm saying like it would be a convenient time to go into.
But Osharike would probably still be heavy.
Maybe
that's why I say alt
or whatever Laplace is, Laplace and Dive. Dive and now Laplace.
Alt metal could mean anything, as we just
No,
said.
it can't mean anything. So... It has to be a form of heavy metal. So what I'm saying is, are they going to? When are they going to fully leave that?
Alt rock.
Okay, there you go. Now that means pretty much anything. Like
alt rock.
Yeah, alt rock. They didn't do as good a job as keeping the definitions somewhat clear. Alt metal's pretty.
Or art rock or alt rock. It's the same thing in Japan. L and R, bruh.
Alt dad.
L's and the R's, bruh.
It's got alt dad here.
Alt rock.
Alt dad. Post dad, maybe. Let's see some post dad core.
Dad K. Grandpa. If it's post dad, it's grandpa.
No, it's son.
Son, no. Post dad implies you were already a dad.
No,
after dad.
Yeah, what comes after dad?
After dad.
A grandpa? So a dad gives birth to a grandpa, Winona? Is that what you're saying? Is this how the birds and the bees were taught to you?
You're already a dad. You're already a dad. And you grow older and you become grandpa.
Oh, see, I was looking at it from observing a collection of dads in the case.
I was looking at it from like if you are Dad K.
What do you call a group of dads? A sandal? A minivan? Confusion. Dad K peaks in 2020. X Japan wears socks and sandals to the opening ceremonies. All right, done.
Doubtful.
Done. Now,
just big sunglasses.
Yeah. Now, I've moved on to bigger and better things. By the time that happens.
By 2020.
Yeah, I will not be. I'll have. I will. We will have disavowed Dad K.
Yeah.
I'll have turned Miami into a neo Visual Kei mecca at that point.
I'll have graduated from college.
Yeah. Well, you'll be competing, so you know.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be competing and have some influence over who's actually at the opening ceremony. Jesus.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and end it there. Thanks for this casual chat with us, Guy. Well, I just fucked that up. Thanks for stopping by and having this casual chat with us. We just wanted to do kind of a chill stream because we have some pretty solid stuff coming up in the next week or so. So the Gazette's ranking releases stream, where we're going to have you guys rank the Gazette's albums from worst to best, is going to be, I'm going to put up an article for that tomorrow morning.
Wednesday.
And it'll be happening Wednesday evening at some point. We'll get that figured out tonight and announce it. And
probably after 4:30.
Review for the Gazette will be for the Gazette's latest album, Ninth, will be out sometime before Wednesday. And yeah, there's going to be some other stuff too that I don't want to announce yet, but you know, lots of stuff, lots of busyness. So leave a like if you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you're new. You can follow us on all the links in our
in the description below.
In the description below. We run a Facebook group along with Fake Star USA and J-Rock Vault called VKH and J-Rock Party. That's a pretty cool VK J-Rock group that we're kind of keeping. We're kind of growing and cultivating it to a point where we can hopefully have like artists come in and you know, like maybe like introduce themselves and stuff. We already had one come in, Shola Aurora, who's an international VKH singer based out of New York. So yeah, definitely check that out because we got all kinds of industry people in there. Cool group of people. And
and if everyone behaves, then we can get some artists in there to like tell us about themselves.
Yeah. Special thanks again one more time for those of you who did donate, who did super chat us.
And have been super chatting
us. Yeah, we really appreciate it. And we're working on other ways to, you know, that you can, for you to be able to support VKH and get something cool in return. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to keep teasing that till we just put it out. But I did also
gets me to work on it.
I did also want to add that if anybody does super chat while we're not on the stream, while we're not streaming, while we're not on the air, we do read them like at the start of the next stream. So if that's like something that anybody was like wondering about, that's what we do. So so yeah, with that, peace out, guys. We will talk to you later.
Peace out.
Yeah, maybe say goodbye. Give a closing statement while I navigate over to the weird custom stream thing that I have to use now to end the stream.
No, I only said I should say peace out because that's my name. But sure.
Peace out. I get it.
Statement. Yeah, closing statement. Yeah, bye guys. It's been fun. I'm glad I could finally make some kind of slight return. Eventually my face will be seen again when probably after the summer's happened. More news will be coming up soon on VKH Press. We've gotten some pretty interesting press releases recently, and I'll get those posted, so look out for that. Outside of heavy rock music, actually Hyde restarted or rebooted his solo career while Vamps is on hiatus, and we got a press release about his new single.
This is true.
What it was called. Yeah. Alexander's also released their single. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So bye guys. Peace out.
Bye. Fuck Dad K. Bye.